want to be entered to win this semi-decent 1989 Ford Mustang GT 302 5-speed 8.8 with 373. The way you see it right here, all you have to do is subscribe. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, 1964 Savoy. It's going from gas to E85. Let's do it. Alright guys, before we get started, remember Mustang giveaway happening right now. All you gotta do is subscribe. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, Mustang's being given away to you. Now, what we're doing right here, this is a 470-inch stroker. We're switching it from gas to E85. It already has the Holley HP like 150 fuel pump. Everything's good to go. All we have to do is change out these carburetors. Nostalgia Super Stock car right here. We're going to pop these carburetors off. We're going to put the new ones, the Mark Sullins built E85s. Bam, even rocking the hat today. So we're going to take these off, slap the new ones on. It's pretty simple. We just undid our two fuel lines. We got to undo our throttle linkage here. And springs and the 4 bolts. It is pretty simple. So let's get it. Alright, so went ahead and removed the throttle spring. Nice. About to pop those off. That's Daddy Rob. His name's also Robert. So, like I said, this is super simple stuff. You could do this to your own car. If your car is carbureted and you just want to switch over to E85, realistically, if you got some PTFE coated or lined, really, fuel lines and a big enough fuel pump, because remember, E85 will use up around 33 to 35% more fuel. So if your fuel pump that you have now is not rated for 33% more flow, you probably shouldn't do this. But boy, that linkage is kicking his butt, isn't it? So I guess I could put the camera down and help him, or we could just sit here and watch this masterpiece all together. I think that's what we're gonna do right now. We're just gonna watch this. Oh yeah. Yep. It's whipping them. It's whipping them, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't know anything about my dad, he was born deaf. Super great mechanic. He, like, all this is built himself. It's dirty, but it's all super nice. Really good with carburetors. Really good with, you know, putting motors together. But he's deaf. Never been able to hear anything in his life. Actually, in 2010, Dragzine, I think, did an article on him about the green duster. If you scroll, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 videos back, that green duster that we also have, that's they did a whole write-up on it. And you know, he's like super proud. You'll never be able to tell he's deaf if you don't know him. You know, he reads lips very well. Doesn't know a bit of sign language. So, you know, I think it's pretty awesome. He could tell you when a car is missing, you won't even know it just by the feel. It's just like one of those slight misses. You know, he could tell that right off the bat. So, we're almost done. This is a super simple process, really. Take off the linkage, take off your fuel lines, unbolt the old carburetors, put new carburetors in it, throw E85 in it. You can leave a little bit of gas in the fuel, so it doesn't have to be completely clean, because 85% is, or the E is ethanol, 85 is the percent of ethanol, so that means there's 15% of gas, like gasoline, in it, right? So if you leave a little bit of gas, it might just tone down the E85 a little bit, the E85. On this car, and even on the Duster, when it's turbo, we're running pump E85. So we're going to go ahead and take off this rod right here, and then we're going to pop these carburetors off. And just like that, carburetors are off. If y'all don't know Indy, right? So Indy's a Mopar brand. These are out of our heads with Indy valve covers. Don't judge us. There are indie heads over there. It's the blue heads, but they make some killer intakes. So this right here is called a ModMan Intake, and these tops right here are interchangeable. You can buy a single 4, 2 4 Dominators. You could buy 2 Edelbrock. Like you can customize it almost infinite ways. Really, if you just make a new top for whatever you have, it'll work. I even thought about getting one of these and putting like a Holley high ram top on it for my E85 stuff. But you know, they come with, you know, stuff you can drill out for fuel injectors or nitros, whatever you have. So there's one of the Mark Sullen carburetors. Bam, I guess we're not changing gaskets. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and throw that back on. He's got like 500 gaskets. Swear to God, true story. All right, so now we're gonna take this, we're gonna bolt all these back up, and then go from there. All right, so literally about 2 minutes, you're back at this point. The hardest thing are these throttle rods. I mean, they're not hard. It's a bolt, and then it goes through both heim joints, and then there's like a little spacer to go in the thing, and then a nut. And then you put your return spring on. Then fuel lines. So it's we left the fuel lines off. What we're going to do is we're about to take this. Already cleaned it out. I don't know what he's doing now. Come back here to the back. I guess he's about to do it. All right, go ahead, muscle man. Oh yeah, it's that sweet, sweet pump E85, baby. Better not get no gas in my E85 jug. I'll beat you up. Let's get it. All right. So now what we're going to do is just to get like the rest of the gas in here was bad. It's been sitting pretty much all year. So we're just going to take the fuel lines.
Might have to put more than that.
Nah, it'll be fine.
It needs to cover the pickup. Does it cover the pickup?
I think so. We're going to stick those fuel lines in here and turn on the fuel pump. Can't record this, I need 2 hands. So give me a second. Alright, so all I did was hold the fuel lines in that jug until I smell the E85 coming through. And then we poured the rest of the E85 in the jug, or in the fuel cell. Now, you can't tell my dad's that's a whole 440. That's a 727 with a transit brake. That's a case for 727. That's a 440. There's a 440. Back underneath there's a 440. I think that one's a 400. I tried to tell him to put the Dominator on it, but he don't listen. So this is a 400 block. Essentially, it's a 470 inch. Oh, go ahead, crank it up. Hit it.
What fuel pressure?
Yeah.
Coming up.
Vibrating.
That's okay.
Okay. Like 5.5.
Alright, now. Want the throttle and see if it does anything.
Okay, there we go.
If you see it work.
Hit it. Let's hit it. Battery's probably dead. Bet money. Battery's dead. So just about every YouTuber, I think, would throw out that last video like, oh, the car wasn't charged. But nah, we're going to keep that in there. We're going to charge it up for a little bit. She looks good on there. This is a 4-link car. Nostalgia Super Stock. So we're going to, in the next like couple weeks, we're going to have to block the car. I might have to primer that, ain't I? He's already paid the guy to paint it, so yeah. But we gotta do all the body work. It's not a big deal. I'm pretty okay at body work. You couldn't tell it by looking at my cars, but I'm pretty good with it. So we'll get all this knocked down. We'll get this in primer. I'm just rambling while the battery charges. It's got two big old batteries. We call those big ass batteries where I'm from. These are like 950 cold cranking amps each. And then it's got an electric cutoff for the front. You know, it's got one of those race wire solutions. Cut it off, but and the tin work turned out pretty nice. And then they sprayed that texture on it. It's all, everything's dirty, obviously, because I mean it like sits almost like in a barn. Although it's supposed to be a 2-car garage, like off the house, but it's essentially like a barn. You know, it's not completely sealed up, so everything in here gets dirty all the time. And he's a pack rat. He's got tons of stuff everywhere. You know, just the Mopar guys, if you're watching this, you know like how much all this stuff is. Yeah, a lot of money just in here. Alright, so it's been a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and give her the big old boost. And give her some power. Go ahead. Woo! Alright, boys, as you heard, she is alive and well. So the 470 with open headers in this little bitty garage was pounding my head. And I was like, cut it off. He's like, no, get it out to temperature. So got it up to about 150. Then we cut it off. Now, Mark Sullins, the E85 carburetor guru, he said a way to keep it from gelling up is to seal everything off when it's not running. So we're sealing off the carburetors with obviously the caps, and then we're bolting it down. It's also got the gasket underneath it, and we're plugging up the vent line in the fuel cell. So that makes me think whenever I get home, I need to probably, I don't know, probably need to turn on my fuel pump and push gas through my fuel injectors. But I already pulled the Holly out. I don't know. But actually, I think mine is nope. Yep. Nope, mine is not airtight. I have a rollover valve in mine. So I'm gonna find a cap and go home and tighten up my fuel cell, and because it ain't running. Anyway, I'm just rambling on at this point. That's going to do it for here today on the Rob's Garage channel. So now this car is back running on the E85. I think the fiberglass fenders are a go, so we're going to have to make some brackets, and I got to do some fiberglass work on those, and then we can get those put on. So when my car finally goes to the chassis shop, which I know I've been saying is going forever, it really is going, but he's had to wait on parts for other cars that he has in there, and there's no point in taking my car for it to just sit in there is the issue I'm having. He's not going to be able to work on it, so what's the point of me taking my car over there? We're waiting until he gets the parts in that he needs that's been on back order forever to finish up 2 cars. Once those 2 cars are gone, which really only need like 4 or 5 parts each, once those 2 cars are gone, then I get my car in there, and he can get to work on that. So, and he should only have it about 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully, and you know, my engine's stuck in machine shop jail. So it is what it is, you know. Hopefully we can make some passes before this year is over. If not, Mexico's always open, I guess. So give this a big old like, please, and make sure you're subscribed. Get a chance win that Fox body. So catch you in the next one. Peace.